Here with Thomas Holley at the opening at the beautiful Nike campus in Beaverton, Oregon on day 2. Thomas, if you could, just let us know how your experience here has been so far.
It's been amazing, from the facilities to the players to the gear that we get. It's outstanding. I've never seen anything like it before.
Speaking of that gear, what's the favorite piece of Nike swag you got?
Definitely the CJ training sneakers.
That seems to be everybody's answer. Is it just because they're not released yet, so you go home and you have some shoes that nobody has yet?
That too, but they're stylish and they're extremely comfortable. You can't ask for more.
What are you going to wear them with?
Probably the shirt and maybe some shorts or some jeans or something.
Gotcha. Does that stuff actually glow in the dark, or is it just kind of neon?
I think it's neon, but it looks like it probably goes in the dark too, so everybody can see me from a mile away.
Can't beat that, as if they couldn't anyway. You're not small. What's the best thing you've learned out here so far to help your game?
Just some moves as far as technique stuff for defense. That's definitely the biggest part. Just some hand stuff and things to do like counters and things like that. Those are some of the most important things, and they'll carry you farther than just bull rushing every time. So that's something I definitely learned. Just be thankful. That's definitely something big, because there's 160 something players here, and there's billions of people in the world. So for me and everybody else to be here, that's just incredible. We
just watched you have a few really nice reps out there against some of the best players in the whole country. Did you know you could be that good? I mean, that was pretty impressive.
I never think that I'm good. I just go out. I think more so I just have the will to accomplish something. So if that means beating the person, I'm gonna have the will to do it. So if that makes me good, then I guess so.
Who was the toughest guy you went up against today?
Toughest guy.
Or do you have a number?
Probably toughest guy was, I can't remember the kid's number. He's a Hawaiian.
Oh, Mama.
No, I didn't go up against Mama.
Oh, Vianney?
Yeah, I think that was him. So he was probably the toughest, because he shoots his hands well and he's strong upper body. So I just had to, do what I do, use a couple of moves, and then eventually I was able to get off. But he's definitely a great offensive lineman.
Switch gears a little bit to recruiting now. I know you took a trip to Florida and Florida State over the summer. Where else did you go this summer?
I took Florida State, Miami, Notre Dame, and Ohio State. That's where I've been so far. I think I might have a couple other visits. Not sure where yet to.
Could you give us maybe one thing in specific about each of those schools that is memorable to you and just says, okay, Florida, I remember this, Florida State, I remember that?
Florida State, just the kind of people they have there, the coaching experience, and just the fact that Coach Odell's been there for so long, he's not going anywhere. So that definitely stands out. For Florida, the facilities and the staff members they have everything from doctors, basically the best of everything, facilities. And for Miami, I like the class sizes. They're small, and it's just a beautiful area, and it's like you'll never get bored while you're out there. It's kind of similar to the city.
Sure.
And then for Notre Dame, I just like the fact that they preserve everything, because everything's been there basically since they opened, and they keep renovating. So it just shows how much the campus means to them, and what they're trying to do, the tradition. And in Ohio State, is tradition. They had a whole bunch of tradition, and the one thing that stood out to me for Ohio State was the fact that they have their players put resumes together, and then have companies come in. So, the players have the opportunity to put their resume on file in different companies. So let's say you go to the NFL, you play 3 years, or you play 10 years. You're still relatively young, so by the time you finish, you're going to need something to do. So it just gives you an opportunity, basically somewhat guaranteed a job.
Sure.
Retired.
With their networking and all that.
Great networking alumni.
What are the most important factors to you in your recruitment?
Somewhere that's similar. Not somewhere that's similar to my home, but somewhere I feel comfortable living, because I'm going to be living there for the next 3 to 4 years. So that's definitely a place I have to feel comfortable. Somewhere my parents feel comfortable sending me to. Definitely academics, because I don't want to go anywhere where I can't get a meaningful degree, and that it doesn't hold weight in anywhere. And then just a coaching staff that's going to take care of me, that knows that I'm road to the game with this being my first year, and I still have so much to learn, barely scratching the surface. So just a place that's going to take care of me and just treat me as if I was their own kid. That's about it.
Do your parents have a spot where they're kind of leaning to or preferring, or they're in your ear about?
Not really. We're kind of just weighing out all options, just more so seeing what we like, seeing what we don't like, and then we're going to have a day. I think when I come back from this, we're going to have a day where my mom, my uncle, and my coach, we all just sit down. We like this, this is what we're thinking. And so that way we do it the right way.
Now those 5 schools you listed, is that a top 5 for you, or do you have more visits planned and more schools you want to see?
I have a couple more schools I want to see, probably Tennessee, Syracuse, probably a couple more schools, I'm not sure yet. That's what me and my uncle are talking about now. We're trying to put some stuff in the works, probably Alabama. So I don't really have a top 5 yet, but probably hopefully by the end of this summer, I have a definite top 5, or even sooner than that.
Have you given any thought to when you might want to decide?
I'm hoping by the beginning of the season, or if not mid-season, but I'm pushing more towards the beginning of the season, so that way I can get out the way and focus on things I need to do, like school and my football season, trying to win a championship.
Sure. What does Thomas Holley do in his downtime when he's not doing football?
If I'm not doing football, I'm either resting my body, working out, or just hanging out with friends. I like to keep my friends close because it keeps me preoccupied, so I'm not out on the streets doing something, that's going to mess up my brand and mess up what I stand for. And, it just allows you to have fun. I'm 17 years old. I don't have any worries. I don't have to pay bills or anything. So, I just like to do stuff that makes me happy. So I like to work out,
Sure.
relax myself, and just hang out.
You talked about wanting to decide early in the season. I mean, is that something you want to do before officials? I mean, these schools you've seen, is that enough? Or do you want to get back for officials anywhere?
I'm not sure. I might, depending on how I'm feeling depending on how I'm feeling when season starts to roll around. If I'm still unsure, then I might do some official visits. But if I know this is a place where I want to go, I'm gonna just, cut it off from there.
You feel like there's some schools that you've seen enough and you could decide potentially?
I mean, there's some schools, but I want to sit down and talk to my parents and my coach and get their feelings, because this is going to be the biggest decision of my life.
And when you talk about Notre Dame being there, I mean, what did they tell you about how they can see you fitting in and everything?
They see me playing a lot of different positions, from nose to tackle to end, and different techniques. So they have a wide variety, and then also they have a necessity for defensive tackles or per se athletic people. So they see me going in and having a big impact in their program.
And you talked about the campus and everything. What did you think of the people and everything you met when you're out there?
It's just as a whole, it's just amazing. Besides the football facilities, just the kind of people they have around there, and just the atmosphere. It's really enjoyable. Something enjoyable.
Same deal with Florida. What did you think about how the coaches see you fitting in? What did you think of the people you met down there?
Florida, they see me playing a 3 technique or end. Because I'm so strong and athletic and quick that I could bounce around and they could do things with me. And also, they see me coming in and having an impact, whether it be, whether starting or coming in and learning, and then applying it later on in the season. But they say they do have a necessity.
Is that versatility, the chance to play both nose and tackle and that 5 tech end? Is that something that's important to you?
Definitely, because for me, what's important, I need to be versatile, but I need to be able to play both sides of the ball, left or right. So that way, let's say a player goes down on the left side, but I'm a right tackle. I have the ability to go and switch. So it just makes you more useful, because you're able to do so much. You're not just set on one thing.
Right. You got anything else you need?
Nah.